like in any story in Japanese dub, if we're in a foreign country, it feels more immersive when the way people talk is like that culture.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So hearing like the distinction, like growing up watching anime, you learn san, chan, kun, it means different things. And that doesn't always happen in certain languages. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's interesting because I'm like, oh, this is
funny. Yeah, it's a cultural translation that it carries over, because in America it's usually like Mr. or Miss and stuff like that. They'll add that for like characters that they don't know very well, and that's how they translate son and try to be more respectful in that case. So do Koreans have that though? Is there like a proper way to like
Oppa?
Like
I only know one Korean word. I think it's that.
What is going on, my Weeb and Weebettes? Welcome back to another episode of the Weeb Power Hour, the show where we have a roundtable discussion on the latest news and topics in the anime and manga world. I'm your host, Peter, and with me are my co-hosts for this show, starting with the man on my left, Lance.
Hey, guys.
And the lady to my right, Plinchy.
Hello.
Welcome, guys, to 2024. This is our first episode back. I know it's
nice
almost like
Plinchy.
20 days in, but
thanks.
So welcome everyone back. We're in a brand new season of anime now. Couple weeks in, we already got our anime picks. We already watched a couple episodes of those shows, so we'll definitely talk about them in the later part of this podcast. But how is everyone? Maybe we'll take a quick minute here. Anyone get anything good for the holidays?
Like Christmas?
Yeah, I mean,
at Christmas.
We've just kind of update everyone.
I got myself some new socks, so those are pretty baller, if I do say so myself.
Like what, D&D socks or?
No, just like normal socks. I just need new socks.
Good socks?
Yeah, good socks.
Nice. I mean, you're gonna need them for the trip, I guess. It's gonna be night. Probably like if it's having a snow tundra right now here in the West Coast, I'm sure it would be like it'll be pouring rain like nonstop when you come to visit us later in a couple months.
I look forward.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is like the worst snowstorm North America has ever like witnessed in like modern times. So it's like Oregon's getting hit, Texas is getting hit, the Midwest is getting hit, Canada's just getting destroyed.
Some of ours pretty crazy.
Yeah, Ohio's pretty crazy. Apparently, we've had some people on the stream telling us that like trees are falling into their houses and roads are all blocked up everywhere. So I got my power knocked out over the weekend. That was great.
Yeah, so that sounded awful.
I was like 3 layers of clothing each and 3 blankets, and I was still freezing.
Lance and I are on Discord waiting to play D&D, waiting for other people to join, and we're just like, man, I wonder where Peter is. Wasn't he supposed to stream?
Oh, yeah.
I guess he's late.
Yep.
And then like 3 hours go by, and Lance is like, Peter still isn't on. I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened.
I was literally like on my bed because I was watching like one of the other people that watch us. He streams too, so I just literally, so I was just like sitting there, just like, I want to stream so bad. I'm so bored. It's like pitch black in my room.
You're just in
no power,
no power,
no heat.
Couldn't cook anything because my stove is electric, so I'm starving at the same time and
just in purgatory.
Yeah, luckily you guys gave me the milk chocolate raisins for Christmas. So I've went to, I took a good chunk of that. Yeah, because it wasn't even I was hungry at one point.
Hilarious.
I was just so bored that
because you're bored. Yeah, I totally get that. And I'm just imagining 3 huge tubs of those chocolate raisins in your room, and you're just off. Like, those are very tasty.
Which one do I eat first? So yeah, it was. It was really bad. I was really bored. I was even telling the guy that was streaming, which is like a good friend to the channel now, stream longer, please, because I have literally nothing else to do. He only streams like 2 or 3 hours every time he streams. I got him to stream for like 6-7 hours because I was that bored. and then afterwards it was pitch blackness for me. So, but luckily we're back. It looks like the snowstorm is slowly passing over, so hopefully no more power outages for the near future. But for now, let's jump into this podcast with the latest news of the week first. If you were watching all the Pokemon episodes on Pokemon TV app, unfortunately that service will start closing down on March 28th. This Pokemon TV app started in 2010, and basically you can watch almost all the Pokemon episodes starting from the very first generation until I believe before the current generation of Pokemon that they have. So sadly, you'll have to binge watch as much as you can until that service is up. But if you're looking forward to the new series, the English dub is coming to Netflix starting on February 23rd. That is the new Pokemon Horizon season. So it's already been 1 year since the new season started, or the season without Ash has started. So it's time for the English dub to take over and start that reign as well. So look forward to that. And then in other news, Spy Family Cold White, the new Spy Family movie that came out over the Christmas season, is already in its third week. And it's made a lot of money. Currently, it has made over $29 million since it got released a couple of weeks ago. That pretty much is one of the best opening couple of weeks in for most anime movies. So it's an original story for Spy Family. So it's completely new to everyone. So it sounds like good fun. And if you want to watch it, Crunchyroll will have the film screen in North America in 2024. I think it might be earlier than what people suspect because of how popular it's been. So if you want to check it out and watch the fun of Spy Family, that movie will come to, I believe, theaters and streaming services real soon. But with that is the latest news of the week. Not really much happened over this past week. So if you guys want to send us some news articles to talk about on the podcast, you can always hit us up on social media on the DMs, or you can email us at theweebpower@gmail.com. We'll check it out and maybe we'll talk about it in a future podcast. Let's move on to the next segment of our show. No media roundup. We didn't watch anything extra. Just kind of relaxed over our little hiatus break here. So we'll probably have some more later down the road. So let's move on to Anonymous Take. A little segment that we like to do here, where we scour the land of My Anime List to find the best and worst reviews for your favorite or non-favorite shows. We're going to read them out to each other, and we're going to have each other guess what anime the review is based off of. So if everyone can roll a dice, lowest to highest will be the order that we go on.
4.
14.
1.
I'm like,
okay, I'll roll my nice dice that I got for Noel, because it's blue and gold and it has a sword on it.
Oh, wow, neat.
Nice. Well, I mean, you get to go first, so that'll be the order. Plinchy, Lance, and then I will go last. So whenever you're ready, Plinchy, with your review.
Okay. This anime reviewer recommends this anime, and they gave it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
And it reads like this. Just give this a try. People be judging everything quickly. They be like, well, there is fan service, then it must be a bad anime for horny teens. All I can say is if you can ignore the story because of the ecchi scenes, then why not ignore the fan service for the story? This anime is no masterpiece, but still it don't deserve this rating. There isn't many anime which caught me off guard and hit right in the feels like this. People these days getting into the hype bandwagon like Komi-san and other shit. And sleeping on good ones like this and Osama ranking. That's it.
It sounds like Lance.
Your options are...
That sounded way too good to be mine.
So that's just like word for word.
A. Mushoku Tensei. B. The Great Jahi will not be defeated.
Oh, God.
C. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat.
There's no way
Or
anyone
D.
thinks that movie's no one's good.
Mieruko-chan. Can you guess the anime from this review? The answer will be in the description below.
Did Mieruko-chan have ecchi scenes?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, she did have her pants off that one time. Yeah, that's right.
Like it's constantly doing like
ghost grabbing tits.
Like the good camera angles.
Yeah, it was not tit grabbing. It was, Lance is right, the camera placed on the ground looking up skirt.
Oh. Yeah.
And she did want to take a bath with her brother, and that's...
Well, she was scared for her life.
No judgment.
She was scared for her life, so...
Yeah, so she didn't want to bathe alone because she was too scared. Anyways.
That first part, it definitely feels like a Mushoku Tensei, because that was the problem that a lot of people had with Mushoku Tensei, because, I mean, you had Roxy going to town on herself. You had Rudy pretty much lusting over his mom and her big bazongas. The panty scenes, the continuous panty scenes that Rudy has over the course of 2 seasons. So I feel like that's the safe answer. But this is us we're talking about here. We would never go with the safe answer. So I think I'll go with Jahi, because I do remember there was a lot of ecchi scenes that was like a big booby manager. Actually, almost all the characters, not Jahi, were big boobed. And I remember them having a lot of ecchi scenes that way. So I think I'll go with Jahi.
I think that with the fervor that this reviewer is defending the show, it must be pretty widely panned. I'm going to say it's the Finest Assassin.
Damn, that had a good review on that one.
All right.
People did like that one.
Peter picked B. Lance picked C. You're both wrong.
Fuck, it was Mushoku Tensei.
This review is for Mieruko-chan.
Wow.
I give it a 9 out of 10. I don't have much to say. I thought Mieruko-chan was worth watching if you like horror, and I thought they did a pretty good job of
had a decent setup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I would definitely put horror first on that list, and then ecchi kind of like a distant second. I think the other ones have like a pretty
ecchi.
Yeah, ecchi's like ecchi. Right neck and neck with the main genre it's trying to do. Yeah,
for sure.
I actually don't remember a lot of ecchi scenes in Jahi, but it felt, when I was looking through the other animes, it just felt right. And I tried keeping this all in the same season. So this was actually Mushoku Tensei second
this was
season.
a good one.
That makes sense. The World's Finest Assassin was a good pick. So
well, yeah, because I shit on that anime a lot.
Boob checking scene, I can't forget that scene.
The body
that
check.
Made no sense.
They did. It was so good. They did it twice. One when she was a kid, and
holy
when she
crap!
was an adult.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, not an adult, a teenager.
That was a pretty good one. Either way, it all sucks. It all sucks.
Yeah, anime is
moving on.
It is fiction.
Anime is good. It's not all bad.
Fiction.
All right, Lance.
All right.
Your review.
So my review, I'm going to start by saying, actually, no, I guess I'll save it for last. This anime is a complete piece of trash. In fact, I don't even know why the fuck I am writing a review for this piece of garbage. No matter how you try to look at this anime, it's a trash. It is nothing more than a bunch of editing created by a bunch of idiots. Just like the people who gave this a 1, the anime studio, never wanted to create a masterpiece. They wanted to create a piece of shit. And the anime tells us loud and clear, we poured our heart into making a piece of trash. 10 out of 10.
Wait, what?
The plot twist is 10 out of 10. And then and your answers are A, Infernal Cop, B, Pop Team Epic, C, Ghost Stories, D, The Promised Neverland Season 2.
It's just fucking all memes.
Which anime do you think is the right answer? Leave your answer in the comments.
I already deleted the whole review that you just read because the moment I saw Promised Neverland season 2, I'm going for that one. I don't even care.
All right. Well, I don't think it's Ghost Stories. That's a good placement. I think it's Inferno Cop because Pop Team Epic. I feel like there's definitely. Oh no, hold on.
I mean, Pop Team Epic is trash. It's just
Pop Team Epic is trash, but it is from the small, like the large handful that I've watched. I think it's a work of art. I think that last sentence, we poured our heart in to make a piece of trash. Kind of
it's like high quality trash.
Yeah, high quality, but also Inferno Cop. We watched 4 episodes, and I feel like that's it. That was trash. That was absolute. Just like, I mean, when we were watching Inferno Cop, I said it reminded me of when we were doing the Relay Improv like story generator, where it was just nonsense.
I
fill
wish
in the
that
blank.
generator had stories as good as the ones that Inferno Cop churned out. Quite frankly, there were some like
the
twists.
Baby with the scar.
There were some plot twists in those
the
episodes.
Pregnant lady flooding the whole city with her
Inferno Cop
baby water.
Going to court for killing people, and then he kills everybody in the courtroom.
Yeah, I think it's Inferno Cop.
I have no reason. It's Promised Neverland season 2.
Okay. One of you, actually, none of you is right.
Thank goodness.
The answer is B, Pop Team Epic.
Makes sense. Pop Team Epic is just high quality trash through and through, so you can't fault it.
Yeah.
I still remember that Gundam scene that they did in that early like season 2 episode. I was just like, why is this so good? This is unacceptable. All right, that was pretty good. All right. The final one for this segment. I have a little like Studio Trigger theming for these choices. So they're all from Studio Trigger. So here we go. Okay. I'm not going to go so far to call this anime bad, but actually, never mind. It sucks. So blank is just bad. Aside from 2 or 3 people who caught my eye, the characters suck. The storyline is pretty boring. The protagonist is the most annoying protagonist of any anime I've ever seen by far. Worse than Shinji from Neon Gay, and that's saying something. And I don't know why they even bother making this anime in the first place. Overall, you can watch it if you want. I mean, if you enjoy it, it's good for you, I guess. But like, no, I don't recommend this anime at all. My suggestion, watch it until you get to blank scene and then burn the copy of your DVD. And if you watch it anywhere else, get an exorcism to purify your house of the cringe. That is, and then they did like a little slur for the title of the show. P.S. This review is mostly a joke, but I'm not actually mad or triggered. It's just not a good anime, so don't watch it. 2 out of 10. Here are your choices. A. Kill la Kill. B. Darling in the Franxx. C. Little Witch Academia. Or D. Dungeon Meshi.
Well, unfortunately, it can't be Dungeon Meshi because that's still coming out.
Big brain.
I'm gonna say
that is big brain.
Wait until you see a scene. The protagonist is the most annoying protagonist of any anime I have seen by far, worse than Shinji. I don't know why they even bothered making this anime in the first place.
It's a very like no context. I guess they're all like this, but this one is like
mine was very like pointed.
Yeah, that's true. It's trash.
It's trash.
That's true. Okay. And mine was like it has ecchi, but it has a good story.
Yeah, this one is just saying it's bad without really explaining why it's bad. It
had a lot of examples that I couldn't use. So
the sentence that sticks out to me is comparing the protagonist to Shinji, and there's only one protagonist that vaguely reminds me of Shinji, and it's from Darling in the Franxx.
And mechas.
Hence
I'm also thinking Darling in the Franxx, because how do you dislike Kill la Kill?
How can you how can you hate Kill la Kill? How can you hate
all the characters are really cool. Like the first episode is supposed to like slap you in the face and be like, this is amazing. Darling in the Franxx, I can see it doesn't have, it's a lot more serious, especially from the get-go. It's not as like flashy.
It takes itself very seriously.
I think it's B.
I think it's B.
You are both wrong. It is not B. It's
meshy.
It's C, Little Witch Academia. So they had some positive stuff in there, but for the most part, it was pretty much all negative stuff. This is I accidentally put it in there, but this is this is what they called the little slur. Little gay, I mean Little Witch Academia. I don't know why they had to keep bringing that back, but that's where they're going at. The scene though, it was it's not a scene we've gone to yet when we were watching the first 2 episodes, so that's why I omitted it, because it would have just given it away for Plinchy at least. So yeah, not much love on Little Witch Academia. Surprisingly, a lot of the reviews for Little Witch Academia kind of goes that same ballpark. They don't like the characters. Protagonist is really annoying. Storyline is very flat. That's the kind of thing I hear a lot about for My Little Witch Academia or Little Witch Academia. So
yeah, I feel like Little Witch Academia, I think you'd enjoy it a lot more if you can, what's the word?
Sympathize with Akko.
Yeah, like get behind her, root for her, support her as a main character. If you think she's annoying, which she is, so I totally get the sentiment of being like, oh my god, I can't stand her spazzing out constantly and being this delusional commoner amongst really cool witches.
Yeah.
But I liked it so much, I watched it 3 times.
Yeah, that's the usual consensus. At least, I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about how badly animated like any of these shows are. So that's usually like, at least that's something that you can always keep consistent. That I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain that Sue Trigger doesn't know how to animate stuff. So
this review almost sounds like
watch Inferno Cop though.
Like I would have rather watched something else other than witches and like magic. I think if you're like a Trigger fan and you're like, oh my god, Trigger's gonna make another anime and it's Little Witch Academia, maybe I think the majority probably was like, what? This isn't. It's still really Trigger though. Like
oh no, absolutely.
Where's the mecha? Where's the boobs? Like, where's anything, Trigger?
Yeah.
Luckily, they came out with Inferno Cop shortly thereafter, so they all rights. All wrongs are righted.
Yeah, balance.
Chef's kiss. Okay. With that, that is the anonymous take. And we'll move on to the final segment of our show. It is the Weeb Power Spotlight of the Week for the winter season 2024, our first look into the winter season. So we voted in 6 shows. We had 1 carryover from last season and then 1 extra show that we wanted to watch on the side to go along with the rest of the show. So we got 8 shows here. Buchigiri, this is Mappa's original show for the season. Dungeon Meshi, you're probably going to be hearing this quite often. It is definitely one of our favorites this season already. 'Tis Time for Torture Princess. I don't know how long this one will last, but we'll see how that one goes. Little Witch Academia, we were talking about that earlier. We decided to add that show for this season because we don't have a lot of shows in. So we watched first couple of episodes of that season. The Witch and the Beast. Solo Leveling, of course, gotta get probably the most hype show for this season. Freeren carries over from last season to finish up their season 1. And our romance for the season, A Sign of Affection. So those are your 8 shows. We did watch a couple of little extra shows. Maybe we'll talk about them as well. But we'll see how we feel on whoever wins the award. With that, here's the board. It's all nice and filled up. Some of the categories are the same from last time, from last year. Pokédex entry, Fabricated Light, and 2023 jams are all back for another round. I did add a new category this time around though, called The Price is Too Damn High, where I present you a product and you're gonna have to guess, both of them will guess a price of that product, and whoever's the closest will win that round. So switch things up that way. So if I can have you both roll a dice for me to determine who gets to choose the category first.
15.
4.
That means Lance gets to go first. Please pick a category, sir.
Let's go Fabricated Light for 100.
All right, Fabricated Light for 100. Here we go. Which of these light novels is fake? A, I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. B, I kept pressing the 100 million year button and it came out on top. C, you like my daughter, but you don't like me? A stepmother love story. Or D, the girl I saved on the train turned out to be my childhood friend. Lance, you have buzzed in first. What is your answer?
I'm going to say it's A. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. I just think that sounds way too cool to be real.
You are incorrect. That is a light novel. I think it has like 3 volumes out. So you can always check it out.
Then,
yeah, you still win in the end. But yes, you are incorrect. Plinchy, would you like take a shot?
Yeah, is it B? I kept pressing the 100 million year button and came out on top.
Unfortunately, that is also a light novel. It is C. You like my daughter, but you don't like me. A stepmother love story. So, I got that one because it was actually the other way around. Is you like my mother, but you don't like me. So it was like a mom, like falling in love kind of thing. So, but yeah, all the other ones are all. I think the first 2 are obviously fantasy isekais, and then the fourth one is just a silly rom-com one. So with that means I looks like I get first pick for this year. Let's do Buchigiri, because I think that one, I don't know how you guys feel about this one, because this show feels very 2000s. Like I feel like I slipped into a time capsule and I landed back in the 2000s, where
that's fair.
Is delinquents is such a big thing back in the 2000s, and bad boys and stuff like that, and there's a whole delinquent school now, and it's almost a similar setup, decent, okay, wimpy guy somehow gets transferred to this delinquent school. I don't even know why they have these schools to begin with. They really gotta get their shit together, but they have these schools and he gets transferred into it.
Well, that's just a public school. We went to one.
I don't think our public school had any of those guys that we see in this anime.
What are you talking about? I kind of look like one of those dudes in high school.
Yeah, you probably mean this guy.
Yeah, I did look kind of like him. Exaggerate just ever so slightly.
Yeah. So, but it definitely feels like a 2000 anime, and I don't know nowadays with the type of anime that we get in current time. Does this feel outdated? Does this feel like it's hitting the tropes like we've always seen before and not adding anything to the new formula? And for the first episode, it kind of did feel like that a little bit. Just he falls in love with girl, that situation doesn't work out. He has to fight his way out. He has superpowers now. He has a Majin that, helps him out. I feel like that has been done quite a bit. I think that the only plot twist really was that the girl that was in love with him was the sister of the guy that wanted to beat him up,
and she doesn't really even like him. She's just using
she
him
likes the
to
brother,
get attention from her brother.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's really the
very
only true
compelling
plot twist. But other than that, the main character Arjun, I mean, he's a pretty white bread token protagonist.
Leonardo DiCaprio wants his 90s hair back.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to see more, because I feel like Mappa deserves the credibility to like at least get it up to like 3 episodes to see what they're trying to cook, because it's the original show. They put in their own money. I don't think any studio are willing to put in their own money and not put the best foot forward in the first 3 episodes. So I don't think it'll be too slow of a pace in the first couple episodes, but
I think the first episode was pretty good in terms of like pacing and giving us every information we needed before the start of the story. Like now the story starts and we're good. Unlike another anime that we watched the first episode of, Solo Leveling. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this was like pretty decent. Not decent. I think a pretty good first episode. I think they played it safe, but also did well.
Yeah. I think because we watched Solo Leveling first, and I feel like that one like jumped out of the gate going. I think they did like a lot of high paced stuff. This one was just like there was just a lot of character establishment and like figuring out new characters. Obviously we see like his best friend and stuff like that from childhood, and
yeah, but like the best friend is like, oh, Autogen is
badass
really strong.
motherfucker.
Yeah, so a lot of like
so cool
little breadcrumbs
secrets.
In this first episode.
Yeah, yeah, they did do quite a bit of flashbacks when they were kids. I wonder how that carries over into the story. So yeah, I was just curious because I know these kind of shows, the impact wasn't as big as what we've had in the previous couple seasons. So I was just curious how you guys felt about it. If this is a ready to drop show now or wait and see.
Are we dropping the shows that we didn't end up watching because we decided to watch more Little Witch Academia, like Metallic Rouge?
I don't know. I don't know. I took it out because I figured maybe that's what you guys wanted. So, but we still had the Metallic Rouge, Sengoku Yoko, which is like the Inuyasha looking one. So
I feel like I get a lot of Records of Ragnarok vibe from Buchigiri. Like it's going to be a lot of fighting.
Battle. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of testosterone and action so that Mappa can flex and show everything.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not really interested in the story because the opening pretty much spoiled it all for me. I'm good.
I didn't even really watch the opening. What did it spoil you on? Just so I can get spoiled too.
The Majin, the red, I don't even know. The Honki guys, right? The spirit possesses Autogen. There's a red one, which is his. And then there's a blue one that this red Majin wants to meet again. And it's totally the best friend because best friend is in blue, Autogen is in red.
Oh my god.
At the end of the opening, you can see, so the opening goes through every single character, and it looks like it's going from captains of like these gangs that Autogen has to fight, from like weakest to strongest, and the last showcase character is the best friend that they already showed in the opening as like being best friendo, and he goes and he's like exploding in blue, and he looks evil. So that's the last battle.
Gotta kill your best friend.
Well, I think that we watched everything that we need to watch then.
I feel like I know where it's going to go. And at this point, it's just being able to see what's Mappa going to do to make the fight.
What kind of battles?
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What powers do these characters have? How is Autogen going to grow as a shonen protag?
Which I'm okay with. I think there isn't enough of just like pure battle anime that like the story can be as wacky and like plot holy as possible. I would rather just see people flex their animation muscles and just fucking go with really cool fight scenes and really cool powers and stuff like that. Because we seen last season, I don't know about you guys, but Jujutsu Kaisen fucking wore me out because the lore and the power system was so complex and almost bullshit at times that it kind of took away some of the cool battles that they had throughout the season. Plus the spoilers were just fucking redonkulous, but that's a separate issue, I guess.
Well, I don't mind watching this with you, Peter, but I mean, honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say about this anime.
Sounds like a drop then.
I'm interested in Metallic Rouge only because it looks like there's potential for the two like females shown in the trailer to be like a thing. Yeah
if you want to try it out this week. I just took it out because I figured you guys are just tired of watching so many shows throughout the season, because we took that one out. We took Ishura out. That's like supposed to be like the fantasy gore-esque anime with Kaji Yuki coming back.
Oh boy, 6.88.
Yeah, that one didn't score very well.
Yikes.
Metallic Rouge scored too great at 7.21.
7.2, that's pretty good. Yeah.
See, like everyone's opinion on what a first episode should be is so like arbitrary. It doesn't really mean anything to me. I think people are like, oh my god, the animation's so good, or oh, the main character's so fucking hot, or oh, big booby girl's so fucking hot. I think that's what first episode reactions are like 80%.
Almost all those things you just said were pretty much the same thing.
All for one character.
Yeah.
So if you're missing that,
Big Booba main character animation
man.
so good. Such a good first episode. Yeah.
All right, we'll try the other three then and see if you guys like the first episode, and then we'll see if we drop it from there. Because
I don't mind like dropping stuff and then picking up other shows to at least give it a try.
Okay.
Before we're yeah, this is trash.
I will rework
Unless it's
the list.
obviously trash.
It's probably obviously trash.
Speaking of trash, bottom tier Tomozaki. Okay, we'll get to that soon.
Please, no.
I can't believe you guys
Look at the
watched
cat
it.
regurgitated.
Watch the first 2 episodes.
And?
Trash. Absolute trash.
Damn, it's
I don't-
stinking
Why'd you
here.
watch it?
I don't care how much Giga likes the damn show.
I don't care
that
how
show's
much
too
that
damn
dude
trash.
will die for this show. Like, it sucks.
Oh, he'll die on that hill.
Man, I want to know why it sucked now.
Well, I think I'm
Maybe
just
if-
extra mad at it that Giga likes it. it's just incredibly Middington.
It's the same problems over and over. It's just like the main girl, she presents a problem to our main guy, but we have no idea why she like gives him these missions to be social.
Wait, we gotta have context. So Bomb Tier Tomozaki-kun is a show about a video game weeb, and he has no social skills. He meets a popular girl in the school, and she challenges him to be more social. So every episode is him trying to be more social. The problem is that every episode involves the girl telling the boy to get involved with the popular kids in a very intrusive way that, like, I keep wondering, are you actually happy, like, interacting with these guys? Because they kind of suck.
Yeah.
And then we do that.
You're not
every
making
episode.
lifelong friends
is
by
it
doing
cringe?
this.
Like,
It's pretty
like-
cringe.
So the first problem of this new season is that there's this popular girl and she likes this boy. And she's a fucking bitch. So she fucking bullies everybody. So the goal is to try to make her nice, but not to get her with the guy that she likes, because he's already dating another girl, which is her best friend, but she doesn't know that yet. So they butter her up and they give her like all these nice things, and they try to like make things nice for her, so she can be happy and stuff like that, but not happy with the guy. And then everything blew over until she started bullying a girl with glasses. I don't know who the fuck she is. And then one of our girls stood up for that girl in glasses, and now she's bullying the little girl. So
Look, I watched
that's
the
it.
episode and I don't understand what you're trying to describe.
but that's it. It's just like he's just trying to stop a bully, but that doesn't like, does that really give you like your social status to be higher or lower? Does that give you the skills to be able to meditate?
That's real life.
Bullying.
Baby. You want a social life? You gotta deal with people problems and drama and all the things that high school girls bring with.
Be a true Japanese person and look the other way. Don't get into people's problems.
This is a show specifically tailored against that point of view. It's just trying too hard to be Origairu is the issue, and it's just not even close.
Yeah. Well, that was just the main problem. And then like just the fact that like the main girl Aoi is giving these missions, but we don't understand what she gets out of it, right?
Yeah, why?
I thought
Because-
she wanted to get better at fighting games.
Right. But they totally like,
But they
it's
don't
not
show
even
the
like a
fighting
focal
game
point.
anymore. Like season 2,
Yeah.
like we don't even like see any subplot about her getting better. It's just
Yeah.
her telling Tomozaki-kun how to socialize with people.
I don't think I've ever seen him like give her advice on like, hey, this is how you're gonna fight better. Like fucking press
there's
these
no, like,
buttons at this
give
moment.
and take in this relationship. It's just
It's all give.
all
She's just
give
giving
orders.
now.
Yeah,
And he's just
I'll do it.
shoving it all in the mouth and just taking it all. So it's weird.
Anyways, I
It's
really like
unfortunate.
watching it. It's one of my favorite shows this season. Just because me and Peter
I know for damn
rips the hell
sure.
out of it.
I know for damn sure once we're done recording this podcast and Plinchy goes to bed, he's gonna be like,
We should
"Hey,
watch
so,
a new episode.
Tomozaki-kun
I've
episode
been, like,
3.
I got the itch for the Tomozaki.
I'd rather watch Dangers in My Heart, but whatever.
Oh, we'll watch
Okay.
that too.
Fuck.
You ever eat like sweet and salty at the same time because like the flavors just mix together really well?
Bro, someone just dumped a whole bag of salt. That's what
which
it
one's
tastes
the
like.
sweet?
So. My doctor actually said I have to lay off the salt. And I was like, okay. But I love
like,
it.
For real though?
Yeah, for real.
Is that why we're watching Little Witch Academia?
That's all sweet.
That's
good, delicious sweetness.
Unfortunately.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, here for a good time, not a long time.
That's right. That's what I said. And he was like, wow.
And you're dead.
And you're dead.
Okay, let's move on. Back to the board. Seeing as how you both missed it, I get to pick the next one for us. So here we go. Pokedex entry for 300. Camarant, the goat Pokemon, is known to either have its prey Arrokuda or another random Pokemon like Pikachu in its throat. In the game, what is the determining factor for which Pokemon will be stuck in its mouth after using the move Surf or Dive? A, it's completely RNG. B, if it's raining on the battlefield. C, depending on where Camarant's HP is at. Or D, dependent on if Camarant is a male or female. Plinchy, you have buzzed in first on a Pokemon question. What is your answer?
A, completely RNG.
You are incorrect. It is not A. Lance, you have also buzzed in. What is your answer?
B, if it's raining on the battlefield.
Ah, man. 0 for 2 for you guys. Is actually C. Is dependent on where Camarant's HP is.
Stop making trivia about the Pokemon game that I didn't finish.
HP, the HP is above 50%, he's in gulping form, so an Arrokuda will show up in his mouth. If his HP is below 50%, he's in gorging form, which Pikachu will show up in his mouth. So I also like this little Pokédex entry from the Sword and Shield series. This Camarant has accidentally gotten Pikachu lodged in his gullet. Camarant is choking a little, but it isn't really bothered.
Birds.
Camarant. Also, the other Pokédex entry says that Camarant doesn't think a lot. It only thinks about battling people. So he's basically like a himbo, but with shit in his mouth. So pretty cool.
I don't like how himbo can be used to describe anything that's thoughtless.
Yeah.
You disgrace the term himbo.
You're welcome. All right. Moving on. Since you both missed it, I guess I get the next pick again. Let's talk about the romance show that we had this season. Yubisaki to Renren, A Sign of Affection. It's pretty, to say the least.
It's definitely everything looks pretty, yes.
Everything looks nice. The music is nice. The voice actors are all pretty new, so they're nice as well. But
do you think the world is big?
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge. Let me inside of you.
let me into your world. You got me.
I feel like putting that line aside of how cringe that was. Maybe I'm just so the past couple romance shows that we watched on the podcast and just like in just recent times, the romance kind of picks up very quickly and then they like already become a couple right away, kind of factor. So you kind of see it's not about the chase; it's just about the relationship itself and how they grow as characters in the relationship. But this one's like the way it's set up felt like it was for the chase. It was for like this girl is very awkward. Obviously, she's deaf, so she has a hard time communicating with people in general. And I figured she would have to like slowly over time, one, figure out her own feelings, and two, try to get this guy to fall in love with him. But her friend instantly got her to realize that she has a crush on this dude. And then it took one night for this dude to help her get home, and then basically just barge into her DMs and just fucking blew her up and rizzed her up, and now he has her like under his finger, which is like, I feel like in more newer animes, yeah, under totally fine. Yeah, but this one is like, I felt it was a slow burner. The trailer felt like a slow burner. The synopsis felt like a slow burner. So it kind of like whiplashed me a little bit. And I feel like that line, I'm making that line of let me in your world is a little bit like, it's not as important as I'm making it out to be. But for me, like, I can't stop thinking about how he just rizzed her up out of nowhere. And
you wish someone would say that to you. Kind
a
of
little
like,
bit. I mean, I tell Lance it's a big world out there, and he just tells me to shut the fuck up. So like, it's just this doesn't like. I just reality
But I put
doesn't.
a heart after I say that.
Reality doesn't matter to the fiction, so it hurts. So
yeah, it definitely felt like a huge moment for their relationship. They like really highlighted it. Like the atmosphere was there. I'm pretty sure all three of us were like, "Wow!" when we saw the message. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
You're going so fast.
Yeah, it's like cool. That was great. I like in my head, I was like, this guy's gonna learn how to do sign language because this guy knows already 4 different languages, and
one of them is love.
Yeah, but yeah, he knew 5 languages. The 5th one was hidden, so it was just a surprise. I want to see more, but I feel like the mystery's lost a little bit because I wanted to see what the chase would have been for a character in her situation, being deaf, and I want to know more about her. Has she been deaf her whole life? Has it been deaf recently? Because I feel like that changes a lot of her character and the way she interacts with the world and stuff like that. So I would have loved to see like that journey of character development. Maybe they still do. Maybe this is like the Riz at the beginning just to get you hooked in, and then they don't ever like hold hands until like episode 24 kind of thing. It could be.
That's totally what it is.
I totally think that's going to be it.
Yeah, this is the manga on the shelf that's like super pretty. It's got like the characters on it, and
the guy's
like,
doing
really
a
sharp,
sheesh.
Stylized.
Yeah,
sure,
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
just
like super
sheeshing on the
decorated, so
cover.
it catches your eye, and you
Yep.
flip through, and it's like the scene in the first fucking chapter.
yeah. Just to pull you in, and then it's like, let me show you how we got here. And it's like, and then it goes back in time a little bit. So, but yeah, I'm very interested because we don't see this type of character too often, I guess. Because I mean, the only other one I can think of is a silent voice, and that one is like very more drama heavy than it is romance. This one seems lighthearted, in that sense. So, very interested to see how it goes. Okay, back to the board. We're gonna go with the new category. So you don't have to buzz in, but I'm pretty sure Lance is gonna buzz in regardless. But you guys are both gonna give me a price after I describe this product, and then whoever is the closest will win the round. Here we go. Price is too damn high for 300. What you're looking at is the world's most expensive doghouse, which is lined with sheepskin, has temperature-controlled bed, an 18-inch deep spa, almost a 200K sound system, a 52-inch plasma TV with dog-friendly programs, chilled filtered water, 2 dog bedrooms, and finally, climate control. How much do you think this luxury doghouse is worth? You don't have to buzz in. You just tell me the number.
Right. I remember you saying that.
Yes. You can say it first, Lance, and I'll adjust mine.
Okay, I'm going to say at least $200.
$200.
At least $200. Can't be any less than that.
Okay, Plinchy, how much do you think this luxury doghouse is worth?
I'm gonna say it's around the ballpark of $25,000.
$25,000. Okay, so I don't even need to bust out the calculator for this one because I already can calculate who is the closest. Plinchy, you are the closest at $25,000. The retail price for this luxury doghouse is $318K.
Holy shit!
Wow,
this is how expensive.
That price is too damn high.
That house must be located in Hawaii. There's no way.
Also, it has dog vision webcams. It's a custom built
thing.
It's
so it's
all
gonna cost
nice flooring.
Twice as more as everything else.
Yep. So I know the picture's really small, but it's quite big. So, but yeah. Well, with that, Plinchy, you won the round, so that means you'll get next
I'd buy that for myself and live in there.
I think you can. It actually it's quite big. I think even like a 5-foot guy can really fit in there. So
that means neither of us can lose in that category. Peter will never win.
I would never win. Yes, but I want to show you guys these products because they're pretty fucking wild. Some of this somewhat expensive stuff that I found. So, all right, Plinchy, what anime would you like to talk about next?
Let's talk about Dungeon Meshi already, please.
Yep. All right, first 2 episodes of Dungeon Meshi, probably our favorite anime this season already.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's alright.
I don't have a lot to say other than Trigger. Like, I said it so many times when we were watching the episode, but I'm so happy Trigger's the one blessing us with this anime. They're the ones touching and animating it.
Yeah.
Like, with most studios, they're adding really good flourishes and like cinematic angles and touches to what really isn't a lot of action in the manga. They're just like cooking, fighting, and there's lore. It has everything. But all the expositions of like Laios talking about monsters, or you're learning about the dungeon or how to cook.
Oh, the cooking scenes are great.
Just so good. But yeah, I'm really excited to keep watching. And I know, Lance, you're like slowly reading the manga, but the more we learn about everything, just like the dungeon and the characters, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I do like how you said that it's great that Studio Trigger picked this up, because it definitely feels like something that they can make their own. Like somehow, some way, you know, this is a manga that they're adapting. So like usually you try to like conform to the manga to like really like flourish it out, but it just feels like if you told me it was an original show, I would believe it, because it just feels like Studio Trigger. There's just something so simplistic about their animation, but so complex at the same time. Like every little thing that they do feels amazing. Just like some of the scenes with like with Marcel, where like she's getting attacked by the basilisk, you know, and there's like these little in the background, she's just getting her ass kicked, and then all the other characters are, you know, talking about it and trying to figure out what the plan is to do next. And it just feels like Studio Trigger is so perfect to add that little bit. Almost feels like fun, comical. It almost feels like a Saturday morning cartoon sometimes with the way how simple and cute everything's drawn. But they can get serious at times too, and I'm really interested to see how far this adaptation takes. It's very rare that we'll get like a perfect harmony of anime studio that works well with the manga. Like I feel like Frieren with Madhouse makes perfect sense. Kobayashi Dragon Maid and KyoAni, you know, that's almost a match made in heaven at that point. So Studio Trigger, they don't do a lot of shows every season, but when they pick a show, goddamn, do they hit the ground running. And like Plinchy said, this story is very interesting. The more deeper you get into it. So
I think the world of Dungeon Meshi is really fun. Especially as a D&D player, I'm really impressed with
basically set up like that.
Yeah. And again, just like how you guys were saying, I'm really happy Trigger's the one adapting this anime, because they really understand like conservation of scenes to get like the most bang for their buck. They can tell a lot of story, portray a lot of character in just a couple of seconds that I don't really see too often in other animation studios. And there's a lot of character in like the main 4 core cast, and they're just super lovable.
Yeah, for sure. Out of these 4, who is your favorite?
I mean, it's Marcel.
Yeah, it's Marcel.
Marcel, yep.
Yeah, like she's just like she will win anime girl of this season for sure.
Oh, absolutely. She will win best girl, but she'll also win shithead of the year.
Oh yeah,
simultaneously.
Shithead.
She can definitely win both of those.
So she's great. Though. So there's just so much. She like you said, Studio Trigger can like give her so much emotion without her saying much, and like the little things that she does, you know, when she like trips and falls, and some of the ways she falls. That early scene where like the mushroom was running across from them, and then she like flipped over and started like doing like a backwards handstand and stuff like that.
Yeah, she was imitating the mushroom, which when the mushroom falls over, it does like the leg flailing too.
The legs are flopping all over the place.
And she like falls down, and her staff falls and hits her in the face, or and the way she like they animate her disgust is so palpable and so hilarious and cute.
It's crazy because it's so like maybe 70% of it is 1-to-1 to the manga so far. It's only 2 episodes, but maybe it's like 4 or 5 chapters. Give or take.
It's pretty faithful. Yeah.
Yeah, like even the way like the author drew the reactions or where the characters are in the scene, Trigger's taken that, but like elevated it.
Extra
like
oomph.
They knew the source material and they were like, oh yeah, we can totally work with this. And like you were saying earlier, it almost looks like a Saturday cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like I've been a Trigger fan for a while and I never really understood what I liked about it other than like their use of economy and like scenes and like doing the most in so little.
Yeah.
But I think it has to do with like the way comics and manga is presented. When you draw things and have to portray things on like 2 pieces of paper, I think that's where all of the information has to go. Mm-hmm. So Trigger takes that form and really they do so well. Because I love it when they do like the PNGs and they just move them. But it's so fucking smart because they have to talk, but you have to look at something. So we're going to make you look at something funny, but also informative and tells you about the character without like it being too much.
No, yeah, for sure. It's like a comforting but engaging time to watch, and that's a balance that's very hard to keep in line, especially with how dynamic these characters are, and the situation itself is not like it's a slow pace, walking apart kind of thing. Laos' sister is like fucking. She's in a dragon, and it's not. Yeah, they don't have a lot of time, so they like. That's why they turned back right away to get into this dungeon to go down. So, it's definitely interesting. This pacing. I'm not too far into the manga. I think I'm like 40 out of 90 ish. So I'm about like halfway. But the pacing has been fantastic. It's just like. Whenever you get like these ups and downs of shows or like storylines, like when you hit the downs, it's time to like start reading another one because it's like it's gonna take time to process through all the lows because it's time for lore dumping. It's time for all this characters have to grow and stuff like that. But highs and lows of this manga has been that I can't jump into another manga to like kind of fill in that time. I just want to keep reading it and pushing through because it's so interesting to say at least. Like Marcio's like. She wears so many hats for this group in terms of the party itself, in terms of what she provides for the party, but also for the dynamic of characters. She's a straight man, but she's also a shithead. But she's also like, the oldest sister that takes care of people. But she's also she's also the little dumb kid that they have to take care of her because she's a baby.
Like
she
the
don't
book
eat.
smart one, but with like no street smart, so she doesn't know how to apply her knowledge.
Exactly. She's all her head in her book. So she has all these different hats, and she is by far one of the most unique characters. Not even just female characters, just like characters in general that I've ever read, because she does so much for this party that we'll see. We're in for a long run. It is a 24 episode season, so that should cover probably the whole manga it is up to the current point. So
I have a question because we've been talking about Trigger for a while, like off and on the podcast. Both of you haven't finished the manga. Do you two think this will end in space?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
No, have respect for yourself, Studio Trigger,
yes,
please.
And I say that because Trigger has a method of operation. They have an MO. They have an agenda to push.
True.
I don't think they've ever taken on a project without knowing that they can do it and they'll love doing it. So I have every confidence. The author has whispered to Trigger, if you do this anime, I promise you, episode 24, they're going to go to space.
You can go to space in my story.
Yeah. And D&D is the kind of wacky ass world where, you
anything
probably will go to
dungeon.
Space somehow. Like the astral realm or something,
I feel like they would throw in like a mecha. I feel like the way the dungeon's set up, I feel like a mecha would be perfect to one, just like the mystery of the dungeon is so fucking wild that even a fucking robot, the technology that they never seen before, can appear in a dungeon. But space though, I know it's gonna happen, but I don't wanna say yes to it, because then that just makes me part of the problem. Because no one said no to Trigger to stop putting space into their animes and to stop setting their characters up there. So
how do we make this story better, Jim? Put them in space. Oh my god!
The final battle is good,
become CEO.
But it's missing a little oomph, a little something. What if they were in space?
A little something. Yeah, what if they were in space? But other than that, fantastic first couple episodes. The opening is fantastic too. Bump a Chicken.
Oh my god!
Singing that opening. The animation itself for that opening is fucking fantastic too. It feels so perfect to represent this show.
The ending art.
Yeah, the ending art. Oh,
drawn by the author herself.
Yeah, even her like little artworks that she has between chapters when I'm reading the manga is fucking fantastic. So she definitely knows how to. It's just like you guys when you're done with your D&D campaign. It feels like she's finished a chapter and she's like, oh, I just thought of something that would be perfect to draw for, and then she just draws these characters right after she's done with the chapter. It's just like you guys with your D&D campaigns. It's pretty fantastic. Last bit of praise from me, the voice actor for Marcel and Senbongi Sayaka. She's Drunk Onechan from Bochi the Rock that we had a couple seasons ago. But also Shuna from Slime and stuff like that. So she's slowly like getting up there. Kiriko from Heavenly Delusion.
Who's the bunny from Beastars?
Yeah, Bunny from Beastars.
What her voice was like.
I love her take on Marcel. It's just something so cute but also aggressive that she's able to go back and forth on. It's fantastic because Marcel is just like a fucking her train of thought is going like 500 miles per hour. So like your changes of voice is like almost all in the same breath that you have to like change your the way you speak and the way you feel in certain words and stuff like that. And I think she's done a great job these first couple episodes. I'm sure she will kill it in future episodes as well. Okay, Plinchy, you won the last round, so that means you get next pick of the categories. Which one would you like next?
Give me 2023 jams for 500.
I'll give you the choices first, and then I'll play 1 second at a time until you guys guess what song it is. 2023 jams for 500. What anime is this song from? A. Shangri-La Frontier, B. Liar Liar, C. Hell's Paradise, or D. The Ancient Magus Bride Season 2. All right, here you go. Lance, you buzzed in first. You should be getting this answer right.
Shangri-La Frontier, Broken Games. Let's go.
You are correct. It is Shangri-La Frontier. Da-da. All right, Lance. I know that was your favorite song of 2023, so you have won this round. So you get next pick of the anime we get to talk about.
Let's talk about what was The Witch and the Beast about? Oh gosh, you know what? Let's not talk about that one. Let's talk about 'Tis Time for Torture Princess.
That's the alternative.
Yeah. Show that I actually really liked.
I feel like it's like one of those shows that only will like.
Yeah. This is the kind of show that it takes me back to like when I was in college and I'd come back from classes and I'd just veg out in front of my laptop and watch like really like no plot anime. Like like Lucky Star. This feels like it gives me that energy. Yeah. It gives me that energy of let's just like have a really fun and well made and well voice acted and super cute show that is just a bunch of idiots screaming at each other.
Animation is pretty nice.
The animation
those cooking scenes are really nice. Not Dungeon Meshi level, but
it's serviceable for the story.
Yeah.
My favorite character is strangely the goblin, the
hell
orc.
yeah.
I think it's the orc that helps out with the torture, and that
he's not even listed.
He's not even listed.
He don't get a voice.
Yeah, he doesn't even talk. He just helps with all the torture scenes, doing whatever is needed, whatever job is needed.
Yeah.
I also really like the talking sword. Not that the sword is a character at all, but the voice actor, Kobayashi, who is the voice of Sugimoto.
Yeah.
From Gon Kamui. He's a great straight man character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can always hear his disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to be disappointed about. So, but the crazy thing is, like, no matter what secret she gives up, I mean, this is that type of show. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She can give up any kind of secret, and it won't work for Mao Sama or whoever is in charge and stuff like that, which is just a bit itself.
Stakes or plot to this show.
No.
It's just I want to see a princess
how'd you get tortured?
Just be
total degen.
I want to say emasculated, but that's not the right term.
Yeah, just beaten down.
Yeah, just goofing out basically.
Yeah, like that. Like when we were watching the episode, I was like, that was a pretty good first episode. This is pretty much what we're gonna see for the next 11 episodes. Just if we do keep this on the list, it's just her getting absolutely beaten down every single time with whatever food's in front of her. But I do like that scene where they replayed the first 5 minutes of the episode where she fought.
Oh yeah.
And
her internal monologue.
Her internal monologue of how degen she is. I thought that was
she didn't become a degen in the prison. She has always been a degen.
Yeah, I love it.
That's such a great joke.
I love it.
Retroactively add.
I think they made it pretty clear when she was explaining like her reasoning of wanting to partake in the torture or whatever, like the food. Some of the things that she was saying was so like, I'm a sheltered princess,
hikikomori.
and all I've ever wanted, was to do what the other people were doing.
Yep.
So that last was just, it wasn't even like
nail
the cherry
head.
on top. Yeah, nail. It was such overkill of like, if you didn't get it the first time,
overkill. That's a
she's
good one,
awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's like this.
She just wants to go home and play her JRPGs, and she don't want to fucking be out there.
That was so wild.
She don't stretch, so her body hurts all over, and that last bit was perfect. Where she's just like, what if I stretch and then maybe I won't hurt in pain anymore? And she just looks like she's raising her fist in the air like she just won a battle, and she's like, nope, still fucking hurts. Ah, fuck. So if they have more clever jokes like that, I feel like this show will last quite a bit longer, because you need those jokes, because sooner or later, I don't know, maybe the orc cooking will get old. I don't know that will ever happen, because that orc is perfect in every shape or form.
Gonna do is every episode there's a new torturer to keep the formula fresh.
Yeah, it looks like some new growths were coming in at the end of the episode.
Yeah, hopefully they can keep picking up the slack every episode.
Yeah. God, can you imagine just like 5 people torturing her all at once in that small little dungeon cell of hers?
I'm sure they'll probably resort to that eventually. We'll have combinations of torturers, and then
just
maybe each one specializes in a particular thing. Like Tortura seems to specialize in food.
Yeah.
The others will specialize in
gambling, alcohol.
Yeah, playing video games in front of her or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I definitely am interested in what else they will torture her with. It looks like she has a addictive personality, so anything and everything will get her to crack. So, okay. Lance, you won the last round. You get next pick of the category.
Let's do The Price is Too Damn High for 100.
Price is Too Damn High for 100. In July 2021, the 1996, picture's so small. 1996 Nintendo 64 game Super Mario 64 sold for a record of how much? So, this is a perfectly sealed copy. You don't have to buzz it in. I don't know why I checked. It's a perfectly sealed copy of the 25-year-old game. So one of the original productions in line. So how much do you think this game sold for?
Okay, so if a copy of thoroughly used and spat on copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance can sell for $200 on average.
How do you know this?
Because I know things. Then this one must be at least $1,000.
Okay, $1,000. Plinchy, how much do you think this near mint, perfect grade Super Mario 64?
Just like 25,000 again.
I was gonna go 64,000. But I think it's more. I think it might be around like 80,000. I think it's higher.
Do you want to go with 64,000 because that's already beating Lance?
I don't want to go too high.
Can I change mine to $64?
Sure.
No, okay, no, I'm gonna make it 1,000.
Okay.
64,000.
64,000 from Plinchy, and Lance has $1,000 to it. I don't need to bust out the calculator again because Plinchy is the closest at $64,000. This copy was sold for $1.56 million. It was the first game ever to command 7 figures in the summer of 2021. Funny enough, though, the next month, Super Mario Bros. For the NES sold for more and beat that record. I think it sold for like 1.78 mil. So both Mario games selling for a high price.
Humans are so gross.
Imagine having that much money.
Just a drop for a perfect near mint game that you're never going to touch or open or play. So
I do have several unopened video games because I just don't play.
Don't like those video games though.
But hey, now I have them
because it's a novel.
But now I have them accidentally in mint condition, ready to sell in 20 years.
That's probably what the fucking person that had the mint Mario 64
Oh no, absolutely.
Like, this is a piece of shit game. Holy
I hate
shit,
Mario.
People would pay money for this?
What?
Yeah.
Some guy would pay me $1 million for it? Fuck yeah.
He bought 2 and then he waited. So I mean, that was an easy pick though. First 3D game ever made on a new system that like was about 3D models. Yeah, so it was kind of like this is historic in every way, shape, or form. So that's pretty easy.
Yeah, but my Scarlet Violet.
You can give me $5 to give me your Scarlet Violet.
I'll give it to you for free.
Damn, I don't want it no more. Okay, Plinchy, you won the bid, so you get another pick at the anime of choice. Not too much left here.
Let's talk about solo leveling.
Okay, solo leveling. Our wrong one. Battle anime of the season, the best selling manhwa ever. So, does the first episode live up to the hype?
You know, I only have 2 things to say about this show and episode 1. I'm not a big fan of how it ended. I don't like cliffhangers in
any way, shape, or capacity.
Yeah,
okay.
First episode.
Hey, cliffhangers are good. This wasn't a bad cliffhanger. It's just not my preferred way of getting into a series. Knowing that it's so hyped, knowing the direction of where the show is going to go.
Yeah.
I don't need to be blue balled knowing that he's going to come out of this okay.
Yeah, super overpowered. Yeah.
Yeah, but for anyone that doesn't know, then it's pretty cool. First episode. The only other thing that I have to say is this was a manhwa. Everyone's Korean.
Yes.
I don't have an issue with it being an anime and being created by Japanese people. I know some people they have issues with it, but that's not what I want to address. But I just find it kind of funny and weird that they're calling these people by Korean names, but they're also adding san at the end. So I'm like, are we in Japan? Are we in Korea?
Welcome to the world of Attack on Titan, set in Germo Europe. Where everyone is Erwin Smith's son.
Because it's always interesting to be like understanding that we're in in any story in Japanese dub. If we're in a foreign country, it feels more immersive when the way people talk is like that culture.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So hearing like the distinction, like growing up watching anime, you learn san, chan, kun. It means different things. And that doesn't always happen in certain languages. So I'm not saying it's bad, but it's interesting because I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, it's a cultural translation that it carries over because in America it's usually like Mr. or Miss and stuff like that. They'll add that for like characters that they don't know very well, and that's how they translate son and try to be more respectful in that case. So do Koreans have that though? Is there like a proper way to like
Oppa?
Like
as someone who is
one Korean word, I think it's that.
I can teach you more, but I can't answer Peter's question. I've never lived or walked amongst the Korean streets. I didn't grow up with other Korean people, but there are definitely like I think in a lot of Asian cultures, languages, there are ways to address people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not as like
makes sense.
I think it's more like how you speak, like formal or informal, rather than adding. I don't know what the sans
a form
and
of title. Yeah,
like I don't know if there is that, but there are different ways that you should address people. Like oppa is one. There's also like, I'm sure there's a way to say elder brother. Like respected brother. There's a different way of saying that, or like a bro. But the Moriarty, that's a show that's taking place in a different country that's not Japan. Everyone's speaking Japan, but they say shit like Mr. Holmes. They don't say Holmes-san.
If you can, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes.
Like, I really like that, but they just like kept it fucking European, but everyone, for the sake of the audience knowing what they're saying, it's all in Japanese.
Yeah. I guess the way this story is set up, I guess it just makes easier for them to do that. I guess it's like the lazy way, because like with Sherlock, like that's in Europe, that's like there's a certain way to address people. So I feel like this one's just like, oh, Korean, Japanese, we're kind of close, right? And just like we don't have to really fix things up. But
that's like the worst excuse I've ever heard of.
But that's what I'm saying though, because it should be like we're gonna get to the point in the next 5-10 years that manhwas and like Chinese manga and stuff like that. There's a French manga that got a couple seasons in anime. There's gonna be a lot of different shows from different countries or about different countries that we're gonna see in these next like few years. It's only gonna explode more and more. It only feels right to do the source material correctly and translate it the way it should be translated. But will they change it?
Dungeon Meshi is also another show that omits the san, like the Japanese culture of the language.
Call everyone by their first names.
Yeah.
No last names. So yeah. I feel like those settings they make sense.
None of them respect each other.
That's
my interpretation.
That is pretty true. That is pretty true.
Is that they didn't say san or kun because none of them respect each other like that.
But you're not going to get like are you going to upgrade me from san to just name or last name to first name? If they start doing that in like other shows, and I'm like, oh, this isn't about it's a different kind of anime. Like we're more ingrained into the Japanese culture.
Yeah,
which is not a bad thing, but it's like something I've noticed.
Other than that, though, I don't know. I get the hype for the show. The action, I think, is going to be there. I think that's like the only thing that's holding me onto the show, because I feel like maybe I'm just bored of completely OP characters. Because it's obvious he's like an E rank or whatever. All his other D rank friends are all getting smushed, and he's gonna have to like step above the rest to raise into the ranks and stuff like that. So I feel like the world itself has to really be good and it has to really sell me on the power system, the way like this whole 10 years ago, these doors open and the gates open and all these monsters are here and we're doing all this stuff. Like that story and that world has to really sell me to really believe in the hype of this show. So luckily the action looks good. It's A1 Pictures, so I feel like it's in good hands. They're pretty good with this kind of stuff. So at least I will be entertained in that aspect, but I feel like I don't know if I want to follow the story too closely until I feel like the world is much cooler and more interesting to really partake in it. So, but other than that, Hot Blonde Girl, I mean, you already got me on that.
She hasn't even shown up this episode, did she?
She was that one that was doing the flips in the middle of the street, and then she was
gosh, yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, well, I can't because they've like zoomed in on her fucking perfect ass in the fucking perfect cut jeans that she had.
Sorry, what was that foreshadowing again?
She's an S rank adventurer, so I guess she came here because she knew something bad was gonna happen, and then she like jumped onto the roof, and then she did like 5 backflips to the next roof, and then like another 5 to the next roof. She wanted to like stay
inconspicuous, so that's why she did 5 backflips off the roof.
Yeah, because that totally like disorients people and they don't know where to look, and then she can disappear into the smoke. Yeah. I don't fucking know.
I do agree with Plinchy that for first episode, and I come as somebody who has never read the manhwa. I don't know anything about Solo Leveling. I do know there's a lot of hype behind it, but as far as the first episode, I wasn't too impressed. I think there was a lot of if you loved the first episode of Sword Art Online, and that's why I think A1 Pictures is the perfect studio to do this, probably the best one to do it. If you love death games, this manhwa seems like it's going to be promising that. I'm not sure if it's actually gonna stay with this kind of tone of like death is around any corner, we have to fight for our lives kind of thing. But if it does stick with that tone, then I think it could do pretty great. If it ditches that after the first episode,
if he's A rank or he's E rank to S rank, it's over.
Yeah, once you get rid of that,
sound like the name is Solo Leveling. He has no levels. He's at the bottom. So wait,
gotta work with the top, but it's gonna be in a very quick and cheap way. So
yeah, and he's
double experience. Yeah, well,
he's gonna get a haircut.
Please,
he's gonna be hot.
No, please no. All I know is the girl that's with him. Why they always gotta do this? Mega dead or just mega like?
Why does all the world look like that they're going to go to the mall, not a dungeon?
Because it's like it's just a random shit for them.
The world in the
they're also
is all
like
mishmash.
They're like not bottom tier, but they're the lowest ranking people doing lower ranking dungeons.
Well,
so
they should dress like lower ranking people and just wear Walmart plain white t-shirts.
Bro, it's like working for like Uber Eats, they don't care what you wear. You're a contract worker. Just get in there and fucking grab my material and get the fuck out.
My Valentino white bag to a dungeon.
She just came out of the office and she's like, oh, time to make some extra bucks. Instead of doing DoorDash, I'm gonna go fight this dungeon.
I'm sorry. When you deliver food for people in Uber Eats, are you gonna dress up on nice? Or are you just gonna wear a fucking t-shirt and
I'm gonna wear what's comfortable so I survive. Not like
exactly.
Not
they're
like
comfortable in that. Hot topic, motherfuckers.
Hot topic looking motherfuckers.
It is weird.
I mean,
I think it's just to kind of like spice it up, right? Because it would be kind of boring just to see all of them in tracksuits. Because they're all D rankers, right? So why would they get nice clothes?
They want distinctive character designs. Because everyone shows up in like practical clothes. They look boring and like unfashionable, and they wanted to sell. It's the what's it called? The mash against fantasy in the real world. So
right.
Yeah, there's a realism.
Shows fighting.
Yep. I feel like they did it just because like it's just an everyday thing. There's nothing like too special about it. They've been dealing with it for 10 years. It's just like like any old job that you can just pick up and go and do it. So that's how low they treat these people, and that's why I'm like, I feel like the story has potential to be interesting because I feel like there's a lot of like extra political work in the background to kind of like take advantage of these people. So I'm like, is our main guy that's an S rank adventurer that like runs this whole operation, is he like truly evil? Like they're just gaining sources of natural energy. Does it matter? Like what's his plan? So I'm hoping
I thought the real
something like that.
enemy was just the healthcare system. It was my takeaway.
Oh yeah,
it's the only reason why he's in this dungeon is because his medical bills are so outrageously crazy.
I gotta pay for my mom's bill. I gotta make sure that my sister goes to college.
I go to the hospital constantly.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna throw my life away. No, but I think we were saying that because he works for the hunter or thing
association,
he probably gets like
there's life insurance
compensated. Yeah, life insurance.
Well, they gotta
probably like
explain that real good because you didn't say that.
True. He's constantly dropping.
I think that he doesn't get any benefits. Yeah. He's just he's just a paycheck to paycheck motherfucker.
He's just like Kai in every shooting game I've ever seen him play. He just goes. He doesn't care for his safety. He doesn't care for anyone helping him out in the back. He just goes, and if he dies, he dies.
His ass kicked, and then he'll wonder why.
Yeah, and he'll come crawling back and ask you to res him. So,
oh no! I just gotta say, he's so lucky he has a healer friend. Like, you should have been super dead a long time ago, my friend.
Yeah, just the idea that he so desperately wants to pay for these things, and it's not first episode we don't get a hint of like him wanting to escape, but I think that fits with my mental image more, that he's throwing his life away into the dungeon because he either has to make money or he has to fucking die.
Yep, it's an ultimatum that he doesn't care which way it goes at this point. So yeah, I
mean, he obviously cares that he doesn't want to die, but it's just a little silly that the character is that way, and
the way he got stabbed
going
pretty
to the
hard
hospital constantly.
I don't know. There's like like when he got stabbed and then the sword was in him, and then he just like, I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm like, this is is this your first day?
Don't pull. What the fuck are you doing?
There's no way this is your first day in the dungeon.
I need healing.
It's like, I don't know, that was a little unrealistic because I was like, if you've been here before and you care about living, then you know to keep the sword in. The healer girl was like fucking like 10 feet away from him. Couldn't wait until she gets there.
4 years or something.
A couple years, it sounds like.
Okay.
So
yeah,
because his mom's been hospitalized for a while now, so who knows?
Like, it's totally supposed to make you feel like, I mean, we get it. He has no other choice. He has to do this. It's I could die at any second, and I have to stay alive for my family.
Yeah, he's got a level all alone.
I felt like you had the pun, and then it just like went away, and like
I couldn't figure it out.
No. If I stall long enough, I may be able to get it back. And nope.
If I draw it out, they won't notice.
All right. On one more. Plinchy, if you can choose the last category we would be hitting tonight.
Fabricated light for 200.
Okay. Fabricated light for 200. Buttons cleared. Here we go. Which of these light novels is fake? A. Fake it to break it. I faked amnesia to break off my engagement, and now he's all lovey-dovey. B. RVing my way into exile with my beloved cat. This villainess is trippin'. C. Though I'm an inept villainess, tale of the butterfly rat body swap in the mating court.
My God.
Oh, please let that be real.
D. I've been reincarnated for the 100th time, and every time I am the villain.
Oh my God.
Which one of these is a repurposed real light novel?
Which one's a real? Wait, which one? No, which one of these is not real, right?
Yeah,
the rest
you're
are
finding
real.
the fake one. The rest of them. It looks like Lance has buzzed in first.
I don't have
Which
any,
one is fake, Lance?
I don't have any reason. I'm shooting like blind.
Good.
RVing my way into exile with my beloved cat. This villainous is tripping. Please tell me this is real.
You are incorrect. It is a real light novel.
Okay. Oh my god.
Plinchy, would you like to take a stab?
D, I have been reincarnated for the 100th time, and every time I am the villainous.
You are correct. It is D. I have been reincarnated for the 100th time, and every time I am the villainous. I found one, I think it was like 10 times. So I just added an extra 0 at the end of it.
See, that's what I said. Which one is the actual light novel title that Peter repurposed?
Yep. So, perfect. That means you get the last pick of the night. What is the last anime that we like to talk about?
Just for reference, this is the Rat Trap body swap one cover.
That is real.
Yeah. It's actually would be you would never guess what that subtitle is.
I think in the other volumes it has. I think there was a rat body, if I remember correctly. Sorry, your pick?
Little Witch Academia. I want to know, because Peter and I have seen this anime, but I want to know what Lance's first impressions are. And if you think it's going to end in space, because it is made by Trigger.
God damn it, repurpose questions.
Yeah. Thoughts on Little Witch Academia. I actually watched the first episode when this first came out, and man, I don't know why Trigger bothered making this anime. Like, this thing was so gay, and
it's pretty gay, actually.
I even wrote like a review on my anime list because I hated it so much. I couldn't stand it. I didn't actually watch the whole thing, but I knew it was trash, you know?
It was like neon gay, Evangelion.
Yeah. Okay, no, this watched the first 2 episodes. It was pretty awesome. I don't know why I didn't actually watch it all the way to the end when it first came out. But
gotta watch the movies too.
But now that I'm watching it, being the seasoned anime viewer that I am today, I can soundly say that this is so far been one of my favorite animes from Trigger, and it's only been 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I think it's a hard sell to introduce an entirely fantasy world, and have to build the entire cast from the ground up and make sure that every one of them is likable and lovable and funny and cute at the same time. But they definitely nailed it with Akko and Susie, and even Lode is super funny, and they together make like this fantastic Ron, Hermione, Harry trio. And Diana, I've had her for about 10 minutes, and if anything happened to her, I would kill everybody else and then myself. Like the charisma, like the riz from this character is insane. I've seen I don't know a lot about this show. All I knew was that Diana is constantly drawn. Like, she's drawn like 5 billion times on every single
you've seen art of her?
Yeah, people
she's
are
queen.
Obsessed with her. Like, they worship the ground that she steps on. I kind of get it.
She deserves it. Yep.
The episode that she gets introduced, like, she is the baddest bitch, and in every American, maybe, I don't know, Japanese too, but like, she's the bitch, right? But
yeah, she's the mean girl.
She's the mean girl.
She's the mean girl. But at the end of the episode, she shows like shame and and understand.
Humility.
It's
character
so good.
growth.
Yeah, like
it's
she
so
is
good.
In one episode immediately like the most like fleshed out 3-dimensional, most believable character in the show.
Baddest, coolest character.
Yeah, she's the coolest, but also super like human. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
I also like the teacher, not Twilight Sparkle. That teacher,
Ursula.
Yeah, Ursula. She's
Ursula.
Yeah, she's great. I really like what Trigger's doing with her. I like that the show is not. I'm glad it's not Darling in the Franxx, where it's like this really insane high concept. It's very simple. It's the essence of Harry Potter in anime form.
It's a slice of life.
Yeah, all the magic and fun that world entails in an easy to digest form, and it's great.
Oh yeah.
Do I think it's going to end in space? Yes.
Great.
That's 2 for
It's
2.
I don't think it's going to
pliable.
be. I don't think they're going to go to Jupiter or anything. But I think that
Uranus.
there is a big like reach for the stars theme that Trigger just can't resist.
Yeah, they love
I imagine
that.
there'll probably be like a final conflict or something, and they'll be like up in the sky, and then like the night sky will be like framing the final conflict, and there'll be explosions, and explosions will like highlight the moon and the stars, and that's the kind of ending I see for the show.
That sounds like Trigger.
Yeah,
that does definitely sound like Trigger. Yeah, going back and watching this, I forget how I remember the main thing why I like about Harry Potter is not the Voldemort arc that's like carrying over the all 7 books. It's not about the battles or anything like that. It's like the everyday life of a witch or wizard in this school is so fun. Like I hate school. I absolutely despise being in a school. My brain shuts down the moment I think about having to step into campus. But when it comes to like Hogwarts or this academy that they have, it just seems so fun to like walk around and just like be present in this world. And that's the one thing Studio Trigger does very well, is that the world building is so expansive and massive, but it feels
very quick.
But they sell it so quickly that you're just like, I don't care how big it is. I'll search every inch of this shit to fully immerse myself into this world. I felt that same way with like the Harry Potter game that came out last year. Like the world building was so good because it's like, wow, I'm actually in Hogwarts. I'm actually walking down these hallways that all these characters have done. And I forget how magical it feels, them finally joining that academy in the second episode. And, we'll continue to see that afterwards. But yeah, I really like, I just really like witches and wizards. It's like I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so like when this came out, this is like the best of both worlds to have the slice of life Harry Potter and then anime, at the same time. So, and yeah, Diana's just queen. I couldn't ever resist her. She was already like the instant sell from the get-go. And now that I'm focusing more on voice actors and actresses because of the podcast and stuff like that, Hikasa Yoko, who voices Diana, she is a lot of characters. Mio from K-On!, Kirigiri from Danganronpa, Emmy from Devil's a Part-Timer. She's in a lot of shows that we've watched recently as well, like Shangri-La Frontier. She's the Pensagon and stuff like that. Her voice is so perfect and sultry that it just it just exudes confidence and powerful. Like it's just like Mikasa's voice actor is like very like it's like a sweet sultry, like she's like singing me like a lullaby kind of thing, and it feels like very hugging and warm.
This one feels like she's rocking you to bed while strangling you.
Exactly. And it's like fucking heavy metal rock music is going off, but like I'm just like a sweet lullaby, and I'm ready to my soul is ready to leave my body to go to hell. So
the Ojo-san slapping me with a water cache in the face.
Yeah, slowly, but her, man, she is so good because she can definitely like you guys said, the dual personality of Diana, where she can be this confident, powerful witch, but then also understanding and realizing that she can make mistakes, and she's trying to be understanding and try to grow as a character, and there's vulnerability to her. Yoko-san just she can sell that character so well. So,
but Akko, she's best girl for me. Every time she opens her stupid fucking mouth, I'm always in love with the way that she dumbly just says shit, or she's like, wow, yay, like, so stupid. I love it. There's like one brain cell and it's rattling inside the head, and all it can think of is magic and
magic,
Shariat, and fucking playing cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Magic.
She's such a perfect main character for this show.
Oh, absolutely.
But she's a good girl too.
She exubrates all the like points the main protagonist always has, and it's so easy to follow her and get along with her motivations and everything like that. So it's easy to, add other stuff to the show and not like lose track of like what the main point is. So it's a good first start. Anything else for Little Witch Academia or any other shows? Or can I start wrapping things up?
I just want to say, I said it when you brought the review, but the person claiming that or saying that Akko is really annoying, I totally get it. But something about, I think it's the animation, just like the production of the anime and the way things are presented makes it a lot more palatable to me. But like on paper, Akko is kind of like,
I mean, she's like
she's
Naruto.
really stupid.
Super loud.
She's kind of
abrasive.
delusional.
Mm-hmm. Like if I went to school with her, I'd
be like
teach
cringe.
her a lot behind
She's
her back.
cringe.
Yeah.
But
but
she's great.
But secretly, you're like, come on, you can do it. You can fucking do it. You can make it.
In real life, no. But Trigger, when they put her up on the pedestal as main character and they play like amazing music, they animate her with Chariot's staff or wand or whatever, and she's like doing the huge stuff. And like the voice actress is screaming out the spells. It's just like so fucking good.
Megumi Han, that voices Akko. She is a staple in the anime world. She's gone from Hunter x Hunter, and she just fucking just she's royalty at this point with the kind of voices she does. I think she did Kana from Oshinoko last year. That was one of her more popular roles in recent times. So she's great. Everybody in this fucking show, their voice actors and actresses have been fantastic, to say the least. So. All right, we'll start wrapping things up here because we are all out of time for this week's episode of the podcast. So thank you very much for watching or listening to this week's episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, do whatever you can to help support the podcast. The more you engage with the episodes, the more it feeds the algorithm, and it will help other people see the show, and it also helps us out as well. So we know what you guys like and what you guys dislike, and we'll continue to fine-tune the podcast as time goes on. So thank you for the support. You can find it on Podbean, on Spotify, on Apple, and YouTube will get those episodes out as soon as possible once I'm done catching up on all the other episodes. Follow us on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, or TikTok at the Weeb Power Hour. And if you want to watch us playing games, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So we do live streams 5 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday are our usual days. So come on by and hang out with us on stream. We also have Let's Play videos, and we'll upload video versions of the podcast, and we'll have a whole bunch of other projects that we'll upload in the future with your support. We can make that happen. So please help us out to get to 500. That's the first goal. So we can get emotes and membership badges and membership only content to you guys, and we'll plan a 24-hour live stream, which people are wanting me to watch Planet Sheen for 24 hours, and please, God
damn it, he's gonna do it.
God damn it, if you guys give me the 500, I still won't do it, but thanks for suggesting that.
If we get 600 subscribers, there'll also be a no pee challenge too included on top of that.
I can do that. That's no problem.
They call me Iron Bladder.
Yeah, I'll just burst my bladder. It's fine. Do it on camera. And then we'll have a Discord server as well, so you guys can hang out with us when we're not streaming. Other than that, that's all the plugs that I got. Just check out the streams, and welcome back to another year of the Weeb Power Hour, season 5, I believe. Right? We're already on season 5 of this show. I'm sure there are a lot of things will be changing over the course of the year, but
I've been doing this for 5 years. What?
4 years, but I think one season was just like the last 3 months of 1 year, and then the rest of it. So I think we're on year 4 now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
where did the time go? What?
Yeah. Pandemic.
I joined this podcast last year. What?
3 years ago, almost 3 years now. So, yeah, time has definitely flown, but we definitely want to push the podcast and the YouTube channel harder and better. So please help us out and support us as much as you can. So, other than that, it's time for us to head on out. So we'll see you guys same Weeb time, same Weeb place. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.